I am calling to order this special Board of Education meeting. It is Monday, October 16th, 2023. It's 5:38. We are in the Nashua North Boardroom. I appreciate everybody for coming in today before curriculum and evaluation. Ms. Lampier, can you do the roll call?
Sure. Ms. Darling?
Here.
Ms. Raymond? Here. Mr. Claffey?
Here.
Ms. Brown?
Here.
Ms. Oden?
Here.
I'm here. Ms. Johnson?
Present.
Ms. Bishop?
Here.
And Ms. Gilio?
Here.
Okay, and we also have Mr. Bowes and Mr. Jonathan. Are you here? Or? Okay, Mr. Bowes and Mr. Jonathan. Thank you.
Okay, so we have a very short meeting tonight. We have some personnel recommendations and some administrative recommendations. So Mr. Bowes handed us out this is some information about openings, but the personnel recommendations are presented in the packet. I would be looking for a motion to accept the personnel recommendations dated October 16th, 2023. Oden?
Thank you. I'd like to request a non-public session under RSA 91A3 2B, the hiring of any person as a public employee.
I'll second for the purposes of finding out why.
Thank you. Okay, so we have to do roll call. So to go into non-public, Ms. Raymond?
I think, okay, so Ms. Darling?
Yes.
I saw you were writing. I thought I would just be helpful.
Thanks. Ms. Raymond?
Yes.
Mr. Claffey?
Yes.
Ms. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Oden?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Bishop?
Yes.
And Ms. Gilio?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 9-0.
Okay, we are now in non-public at 5:38. Yep. Sorry, guys, it's non-public. Mr. Donovan, can you stay? We are back from our non-public. So let's go back to the agenda. I had already asked for somebody to make the motion to accept the personnel recommendations for October 16th, 2023.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Darling. Ms. Brown. Do we have any comments or questions in regards to the personnel recommendations? Seeing none, all those in favor of accepting the personnel recommendations say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Yay. Okay, the next one is the administrative recommendation. And I am looking for a motion to elect Crystal DeGray as business administrator for the 2023-2024 school year at a salary of $108,000.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Gilio. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Do we have any comments or questions? Would you like to come up and introduce yourself a little bit?
You don't want me here, right? You want me here?
Anyway.
There's fine, yeah. Just make sure you turn the, yep.
There you go.
All right. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all. So I'm Crystal DeGray, coming out of Morgan Stanley. Have spent the last 8 to 10 years in talent acquisition, finance and accounting. Super excited to work with Dan and Mike, and would be happy to answer any questions you have. I have 2 little girls. My husband and I live in Londonderry. So we have a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old, and they attend the Londonderry School District.
That's a handful.
Especially it's a blended family, so all the schedules and,
Yes.
you know,
Oh,
you work your magic.
a lot of color-coding calendars.
Yes, it is.
Any questions over here?
No, I was happy to be involved in the interview process, and I'm glad to see you sitting here tonight.
Thank you.
Ms. Raymond?
Thank you. Welcome. I noticed on your resume that you focused on diversity and inclusion in hiring practices when you're at Morgan Stanley. Is there anything that you have learned from that experience that you think you can bring to Nashua? As you know, we're the most diverse city in New Hampshire, and I think we would all like our staff to be reflective of our community.
Sure. Yeah, I think regardless of position you're hiring into, right, whether you're talking education or you're talking finance positions, I really think that interviewers need to take a step back and remember that the person sitting across from me doesn't mean that they're the right person, right? Just because we went to the same school, we might look the same, we might act the same, we might answer the questions exactly alike. That doesn't mean that that's the right candidate, right? So I would suggest and recommend that everybody kind of opens their lens when it comes to recruiting, even through the education sector, to be able to say, well, how can we bring in diversity? And that's diversity of thought, skill, education, background, everything. So I know Mike and I feel like have built a decent relationship in the interview process. So I'm more than happy to, give some best practices and kind of support where I can. But I think it takes everybody to kind of drum up the diversity piece for sure.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay. I don't have any questions either. So all those in favor of electing Crystal DeGray as business administrator, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations and welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that is it for our agenda. We will be going into curriculum and evaluation after this, but right now I'm looking for a,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
all those in favor of adjourning, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. It is 5:59.